Everyone tells you to invest in the stock market, buy index fund, hold for 30 years, and then earn 8%. But what if I told you the wealth are doing something completely different? And it has nothing to do with stocks. $458,000, that is how much the average person leaves on the table by following mainstream advice instead of investing in private credit. For decades, you needed a minimum of $1 million to have access to this investment. Today, that door just opened to everyone. Starting with as little as $50, you can earn up to 11% on your investment. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what private credit is, how you can start investing and earn up to 11% yearly interest, and the different platforms available right now where you can start investing today. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Rich Pocket Podcast. I'm Hawa. This channel is all about helping you understand money, grow your wealth, and build the financial future you deserve. We cover personal finance, investing, and building wealth. If that is what you are looking for, please subscribe to the channel. Now, let's say someone needs money. They go to a bank, the bank lends them the money. The person pays back over time with interest, and the bank keeps that interest as its profit. But have you ever asked yourself, where does the bank actually get the money that it lends out? It comes from your saving account, from your deposit, from the money you work hard to save and entrusted the bank to look after. Here is exactly what your bank does with your money every single day. You deposit, for example, $10,000 into your saving account. The bank takes that $10,000 and lends it out to a business at 8 or 9% interest. The bank earns $800 or $900 a year from that business using your money. And then the bank turns around and gives you back $150 as your saving interest while keeping the other $650 or more entirely for itself. And this happens every single year with your money. This is where private credit changes everything, because private credit is when you lend money directly to businesses and earn interest. Cutting out the bank completely, you become the lender, you earn up to 11% directly, and you give around 1% to the professional fund that manages everything on your behalf. They do all the work and you collect the return. When you start exploring private credit, you are going to come across two words very frequently. And those words are crowdfunding and peer-to-peer lending. So crowdfunding is simply when many people each contribute a small amount of money to fund something together. So instead of one bank lending a business $500,000, 500 people each lend 1,000 euros. They crowdfund the loan together and everyone earns interest on their contribution. So while the business gets the capital it needs, the platform manages everything in between. And then we have peer-to-peer lending, means you are lending directly from one person to another person or a business without any bank or financial institution standing in the middle. So basically a team of professionals, money managers create a private credit fund. They go out there and raise money from investors like you and me, and then they take that money and lend it directly to real businesses that need capital to grow. So these companies pay interest of 7 to 12% per year. The managers, they take their small fee for all the professional work they do, and then the rest comes back to you as regular payment, usually every month or every quarter. So how much can you actually make? The best way to understand what private credit does for your money is to look at real numbers side by side. If you save $500 every single month for 30 years in a saving account at 1.5%, you end up with $245,000. But if you invest in private credit earning 9%, you end up with $703,000. The difference between those two outcomes from the same $500 a month over the same 30 years is $458,000. This is what you leave on the table, but not including private credit in your portfolio. So these are examples of platforms where you can start investing with as little as $15. Look and Fin focuses on loans to Belgium's small and medium businesses and real estate projects, offer a return of 7% or more annually, and you can start with a minimum of €100. So the next platform is Winner, which focuses on young Belgian businesses in their growth phase. It offers returns of 6 to 10% annually, plus an additional 2.5% tax credit every year for Flemish investors. And you can start with as little as €500. Next, we have Boleto Crowdfunding, which focuses on Belgium's small and medium businesses and growth companies. It offers returns of around 6% annually, and you can start with a minimum of €100. B-Bond is also a very good option if you want to focus on real estate projects across Belgium, Luxembourg, France, and also Spain. They offer returns of around 8% annually. You can also invest in Mintos, which focuses on business loans across Europe, offer returns of 8 to 11% annually, and you can start with as minimum of just €10. Another option is Peerberry, which focuses on businesses loan across Europe, offer return of 9 to 11% annually, and you can start with as minimum of just €10. There are a lot of options out there. I'll leave all the links in the description box. So private credit has real risk, and you need to understand all of them clearly before you invest every single euro or dollar. First risk is that your money locked up for a period of time, because most private credit investments are not as flexible as a saving account where you can withdraw whenever you want. Traditional private credit funds typically lock money for 3 to 7 years, so you should only ever invest money you genuinely not need during that period. The second risk is that businesses can sometimes fail to pay back their loans, which is why you should always spread your money across many different loans and businesses and never put everything into one single loan. The third risk is that not every platform is trustworthy. If a platform is not properly regulated, you should definitely walk away immediately, regardless of how attractive the returns look and how professional the website appears. If you have reached this part of the video, it means you are seriously interested in investing in private credit. So here is the first thing you need to do. First thing is to make sure you have an emergency fund. Keep at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in a regular saving account that you can access immediately at any time. Whatever is genuinely left over after that emergency fund, money you will not need for the next few years, that is your private credit starting budget. Next is to choose a platform that fits your best. Whenever platform you choose, always spread your money across as many different loans as possible, rather than putting everything into one single business. So the most important habit to build from your very first day is to reinvest every single repayment you receive rather than spending it, because this is exactly how 10,000 becomes 56,000 over 20 years. And then the compounding effect of the reinvested return is the engine behind every number I showed you earlier in this video. Finally, read the monthly or quarterly report your platform sent you, and also stay aware of how your investments are performing, and stay informed about what your money is doing at all times. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.